613 points. That's how far the Dow Jones sold off today. Is it the beginning of the next big bearish wave of momentum? Find out in this market update for tomorrow, today, whenever you're watching this, January the 19th, 2023. Let's go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this market update for January 19th, 2023. I hope you're doing fantastic. My name is Jeremy Whaley from Trade Maestro. Check us out over at trademaestro.com, and be sure, if you have not done so already, to get yourself signed up for the Trade for a Living Challenge. We're doing a quick little market update here, kind of a midweek update. We did one that came out over the weekend for this past Tuesday, because Monday market was closed. So we've had pretty interesting movement over the last couple of days here, and specifically today or yesterday, depending on when you look at this. What you're looking at on my screen here is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, down 613 points today. Look at where it happened, though. Yesterday, Tuesday, was a bearish day. Wednesday is a bearish day, big bearish day. We are right at that major pivot that has been the pivot now. There's 3 times that we've hit this resistance right around 34,400 and we've rolled over. Will we be able to continue this motion? Well, that's probably what's going to happen. That's what I think is going to happen. Obviously, there's no guarantees. It is the stock market after all. But that's what we do believe is going to happen. I think I just messed my pen up here. Let's find out. One possibility, a major issue, is to hit this kind of double line pivot that you see drawn in here right around 32,800. It's kind of a little zone. It has been problematic for us. So the big question is if we can push through that. If you look straight down, you'll see that our stochastics is turning down to suggest that we are rolling over there. And all of that is in a bearish direction. I know we're above the moving averages, but I think it's probably not going to hold at this point. Now, that's just one of the stories. The bigger story is what's happened with the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. 1, 2, 3, 4. We just hit it the 5th time. We got a little spinning top on Tuesday, a big bearish candle on Wednesday. That should turn the momentum to the downside here. Stochastics agrees with that as well. We have not at any point since the beginning of 2022, we have not breached that bearish downtrend line. It's only on the Dow Jones Industrial that we've done that. And it's a really important point for you to understand. The news media is really trying to tell you that we're not in a bear market. They're really trying to tell you that things are going in a good direction. They're not. They're not going in a good direction at all. What we have had is we've had a lot of oscillation in this bearish, what we call a descending channel. So what will happen is you have a big bearish move, then it bounces, but it puts in a lower high. And then we have a big bearish move, then it bounces, another lower high. So if you look at this chart here, you'll see that each of these highs is lower than the previous high. That is, by definition, a downtrend. Folks, we're in a bear market. We've been in a bear market for going on 14 months now, okay? So don't believe the media whenever they tell you we're not in a bear market. We are. Take a look over here at the NASDAQ and same thing. Well, let's go back here. This one actually went all the way back to November of 2021. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times that we have hit that trend line. It has yet to break, folks. Do not believe the media that tells you everything's going okay. We're a little bit overbought on this stochastic. It has not turned down yet, interestingly enough, but it shouldn't take too long for it to make that turn. In fact, we're so bearish on the NASDAQ that we are just barely off the lows from 2022, which was down about 35, 36%. So the bear market is roaring. And it looks like we're picking up some new steam here to continue the roar. All right, now I want to just briefly touch. I haven't done a crypto update in a long time, but I want to really draw your attention here to Bitcoin. A couple of different cryptos here that are doing some big moves. Bitcoin has been moving big. We've moved up now from the 16,000 range up to 22,000 range. The important story here is this little chart pattern. It's called a stair-step pattern. If that breaks to the upside, that should be a pretty good confirmation. We got a resistance running through here. I'm going to do some more crypto updates later. I just haven't had a chance to get them out yet. But Bitcoin definitely looking promising Not sure we're quite there yet, but very promising. Ethereum is doing the same thing. Very similar, kind of a little stair step of a pattern that's happening here on Ethereum. You'll notice from a trend standpoint, we're above the averages, and the averages look like they're way more organized here on Ethereum. So that one's definitely looking promising. XRP, take a look at XRP. We've got a perfect little textbook flag pattern. These are all continuation patterns, folks. So if they break out to the upside, now if they roll over, they roll over. But if and when they break to the upside, that's a confirmation of the trend. And so this is looking really strong here. And then, of course, XLM is doing something very similar, kind of a little bit of a flag type of a pattern. The other one that you should draw your attention to is Solana. So if you haven't heard the story about Solana in the last, 2 weeks, 3 weeks here, we've doubled, more than doubled in price from $10 to about $25. And it's pulled back now to around $20 a coin. And again, kind of got a little flag pattern, and it is finding support, it looks like, on that 10-period moving average. We're going to watch this one. If and when this one breaks out, the upside potential for this is potentially huge. This thing sold off big. If you didn't pay attention to the story for Solana, this sold off bigly. Is that a word? I think it's a word. I mean, you just have to keep scaling down. It sold off so big. It was only, 15 months ago, Solana was $260. What? And now you can pick it up for $20, and it looks like we're putting a foundation in. So lots of good things happening in the world of crypto. Lots of good things happening in the market as well. You know, I mean, just because the market's going down doesn't mean it's bad. Doesn't mean bad things are happening at all. So a lot of good things happening. Really quick, I'm going to touch on, if I can find it here, silver and gold. Gold is starting to set back just a little bit here, pull back just a little bit. Had a couple of sideways days. That is technically a pretty bearish candlestick formation. Watch for gold to test this pivot area right here and then continue. My next target on this is up around 185, 186. That's for GLD, the ETF, the Exchange Traded Fund. On the SLV ETF, we did trigger the second phase of this trend, of this trade, I should say, and it has not stopped us out, but it's pulled back a little bit here. Watch for the breakout up here around maybe 2250 or so. 2250 breakout. Next target on this one is up around $24. This is on the SLV Silver Exchange Traded Fund. So there's a couple of big ones that have been moving, and I wanted to draw your attention to it. All right, folks, thanks for watching. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you've not subscribed to the channel, get yourself subscribed. If you've not subscribed to the Trade for a Living Challenge that's coming up, get yourself subscribed for that. We'll put the information down below in the description, and I wish you all the best. Until next time, happy trading to all of you, and we will talk.